Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lucid Raver. My name is Brooke. I'm your host. And this week we have John. Say hello.
Hey, I'm John.
And we will be recapping on Okie 2023. Now, before we get started, I'd like to talk about how I met you. I honestly don't remember the first time that I actually met you. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I remember, but
Okay,
I don't know if I could tell that story. It involved a throw and a very tiny spoon.
No, that was not the first time I met you. That was not the first time. That was we hung out like the 15th or 16th time by that time.
No, I can swear that was before Lost Lands.
No, that was like me and you hanging out one-on-one, but like me like meeting you? No.
It had to be at my house. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was at your house. I think I met you at your house. But I think it was like 2018. Let me just tell you that when I had met John, it was like a domino effect because it went from him, then April, and then just like it united like this massive rave family from there on out. And we had like 20, 25 people deep at some points, and we were just getting in like straight shenanigans every weekend.
Oh, yeah. 2018 was wild.
2018 and 2019, just like for no reason.
Just no chill.
We could bring it back or no.
I think we're all too old for that.
Yeah. I do like a nice
like
nap.
a show every weekend, it's a lot. It's a lot to do now.
Yeah. So talked about how we met. Now, where are you from? What type of raver are you? Those two questions.
Okay. Well, I'm from South Florida originally. Moved to Orlando about 10 years ago for college. As far as what kind of raver I am, hard to say. I feel like I'm in transition right now. You know, went from like Candy Kid to I don't even know now.
What about like the genres of music that you vibe with?
I would say anything I can feel in my back.
You could feel it. That's so broad.
So, you know, house, dubstep, trap. I dabble.
You're very selective in those genres too.
Exactly.
Like you don't just like any type of house or any type of bass music. It has to be like specific artists.
Yeah, but I mean, you know me, I'm open. I'll give everyone 15 minutes at least.
He'll be there like I'll be here though.
I'll let you guys have your fun. I'll just
You're like
Bob.
Okay, so let's see. And what is your favorite festival ever
That I went to or just in general?
that you've been to?
I have to say probably this probably sounds real generic, our EDC Vegas trip. That was probably the best one that we've done so far, at least as a group, I feel like.
Now, why do you like EDC Vegas the best?
Well, I've only been to EDC Vegas once, so I'm hesitant to say it's the best festival for me, but it was the best time that I've had. Now, EDC in general, since we're from Orlando, EDC Orlando is what I'm used to going to. I would probably say that's my favorite festival that I regularly go to. Is
because of the artist lineup, or
I think it's a lot of the theatrics that they have. So like, you know, you have the people dressed up, you know, it's in the name, you know, it's Electric Daisy Carnival. So they really take that extra step to make it not just about the music, but all about the experience. Exactly. Yeah. You know, like you go to Sunset, you know, it's almost as good, but you ask like, what's the difference?
It's like a downgrade in experience.
Yeah, because they kind of, for them, it's more focused on the music. It's not all the decor and everything else that, you know, EDC Orlando brings. I feel like you
also enjoy EDC Orlando because it's our home festival, and we just have all of our friends.
I mean, it's easy to get to for sure. I mean, it's gotten so much bigger now, and it's like still the same price they were charging before.
How do you feel about this year for EDC Orlando versus other years?
I've loved every year.
I on the other hand, it's a fun experience until it gets overpacked, and I feel like it's just too packed at the point of like enjoying the festival.
I mean, I've never really minded the crowd. You know, I mean, obviously there's a certain point where if you can't move, then you know it's not going to be good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I've never had the issues of just kind of like finding the perfect spot. You know, whether it's close or far.
Well, no, it wasn't finding a spot. It was like me walking to John Summit. And Corey was with me, and we started getting smothered. It was
John Summit. That was next level. All right, that
that
was that was nonsense. Like to be like squeezed and crushed to the point where we had to stand behind a speaker, the back of a speaker in my group, literally.
Yeah.
And you know, we just gave up on being able to see the stage. But
Yeah.
at least we had space.
Yeah.
And then you know that's when my phone got stolen, getting out of that crowd.
Damn.
Yeah, but
Damn.
it is what it is.
Yeah, no. Like after getting smothered at John Summit, it's really kind of put in perspective if I want to go back to EDC Orlando. Like I mean, it's my home festival, but I don't know.
I would say that was the only stage that I saw was like that though, because like with John Summit, you literally couldn't get into like the beginning, like from the outskirts of that stage to the middle. It was just like
no walking to the outskirts of the festival perimeter.
But like the second entrance?
No, we were coming from the bathrooms going down Daisy Lane to get to get to the stage, and we started getting smothered. It was scary.
Yeah, that was next level, but I don't know if I would hold that against CDC Orlando.
Well, we'll move on. We'll move on. Now, what other festivals do you have this year?
So far this year, for sure, EDC Orlando. Gonna try out Imagine for the first time.
Yay!
So we'll see how that goes. That's in September, I believe.
In Georgia, yeah.
And then might do Sunset. Not sure yet, but I'm thinking about it.
I could see you stumbling in there by accident. Be like,
how
did I get in here?
If I do it, it's gonna be like a last minute decision for sure.
I mean, I feel like Sunset should only be a last minute decision, in my opinion.
I mean, it's close to home. It's easy to get to, just like EDC Orlando. And honestly, I've never had a bad time there. I am a little salty, though, that it went back down to 2 days from 3 days.
It went back to 2 days?
It went back to 2 days. That's why I didn't buy my ticket.
Interesting. Interesting. I wonder why that was.
I think a lot of it was because people were upset on the third day. It closed at 10 instead of 12.
Oh.
I think some people didn't like that.
Whatever.
What can you do? Just happy to be there.
So I brought you on the podcast to talk about Okeechobee recap, and John has done Okeechobee before. How many times have you done Okeechobee?
This was my third time.
So what years did you do?
So I went the second year it started. That was before it was owned by Insomniac, and it was cool there. It was honestly a pretty different festival.
Was it like 2014, 2015, 16?
I want to say 2016.
2016? Okay.
Not entirely sure, but I want to say it's around then. And then the second time I went was with you guys. Was that last year, right? Last year. And then this year.
Here,
There you go.
So I've also been to Okeechobee. This would be my third year. I did 2020. That was the last festival before the pandemic happened.
I was salty I missed that.
I felt like a spoiled brat that I got to go to the last festival. Oh well. And then I did last year Okeechobee, and then I did this year of Okeechobee. And we camped together last year, and we had me, you, Allie, Shelby, Katie, and Kayla as a group. And this year it was me, Allie, John, his friend Camila, who's a friggin' sweetheart, and then Kyle and MJ, who are a couple from Vegas that are our friends. And honestly, this was my favorite group I've done camping with. It was just, it worked out so fucking well. You have anything to say?
Yeah, no, it definitely was a good group. Everyone got along nicely. You know, I mean, that's to be expected. And it was very chill and go with the flow kind of thing.
We were just like all loving and supportive, helping each other out. And we had such a smooth like setup of the campground and all this. I don't know, just the whole vibe of the weekend was just very like
Never even felt the need to split up even at any point when you think about it, like, sometimes people want to do different things.
yeah. We were on the
just
same
vibing.
page like the whole weekend. Like it was nice. So leading up to the festival, I only found out like 2 months, maybe a month and a half before that you were actually going to Okie. I just feel like I blanked it out in my head. And you're like, yeah, are you ready? I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I bought my ticket like right when it went on sale.
Yeah.
Like, last year.
I totally forgot.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I have John. And then Allie 100% was going to go. And everyone else that we went with last year, I don't affiliate with, or they just didn't go. So... but literally a week and a half before Okie started, freaking my friend Kyle from Vegas hit me up. He goes, hey, me and MJ got tickets to Okie. We're going to go. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, definitely join us. Like, of course. And so they last minute joined us. And then you brought Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I first had met her, I was like, oh my God, she's very, what's the word? I was thrown off by her personality because I thought that, I don't know, she looked a little too cool for school. But that's just her vibe.
Yeah, that's just how
she's just like, yeah.
And it's funny because she's a triplet, and all three sisters like have very different vibes.
Oh, they all have different vibes?
Yeah, I feel like Z is a little bit more bubbly.
Okay.
And definitely a little bit more social.
Uh-huh.
Camille's more chill and shied out.
Mm-hmm.
And the other sister, I mean, actually, I don't really know the other sister like that, but
she's there.
I've met her once, and I got a different vibe from her for sure.
Yeah. Well, she was such a sweetheart. Like, she literally was hopped in and like helped the whole group out and just was like down for whatever. And I really like her energy, and I hope to hang out with her more.
Yeah, for sure. And she was very open to hearing, different music styles and stuff too, which, is always good.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if you're like an air sign, it's really easy to just be friends with. In my opinion. I don't know. Air signs are really cool people.
I mean, that's what they say. It kind of goes with the flow, like the wind.
Mm-hmm. And like, I'm fire, so I get along with all air signs, honestly. That's my second closest element. Leading up to it, last minute got Kyle and MJ to join us, and it was a group of 6, a solid 6. And then we have our friend Nick from New York, and he usually works ground control, so he came down as well, and he is working ground control for Insomniac the whole weekend. But he got
great vibes.
Yeah, he's I love Nick. He just is a good person, and he kept like stopping in and seeing our group or hanging out with us whenever he got off work.
Water.
Yeah, being a good
electrolytes.
Yeah, a good sport. And then we had our friend Alex come join us on Friday for a day. So, yeah, Alex. So leading into the festival, we packed up everything. We left that morning around like 7:30.
Alex, that was your friend.
Yeah.
With the Pashmina, the blonde guy, right?
Strawberry blonde, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Alex. Because you said the first day, I'm thinking Thursday.
No.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Okay, yes, I remember.
Yeah. Shout out Alex. We left at 7:30 in the morning because the last time that we were supposed to leave at 7:30 in the morning. That was the plan, but we just had to do a lot of side tasks and we kept getting delayed. But we finally left at a certain time, and we had to stop at the box office. Mm-hmm. And because Kyle and MJ had to pick up their tickets, and we were sitting in box office in our cars for probably like an hour and 15.
Yeah, they ran out of the camping car passes.
And we're like, oh.
Form, yeah.
And like thinking in my head, I was like, shit. Well, GA Plus, we got at the GA Plus area, we were parked there last year when it was just yellow camping. And I was like, okay, well, if we get here at a certain time, we'll probably get that type of camping again. And so we're just patiently waiting in our cars. And I'm like, fuck, I hope this doesn't fuck us in the long run. We're all just trying to be really good friends and be like, yeah, no worries. This is going to work out. You have any insight on that?
We were stressing, but I mean, you know, at that point we had been in our cars for like how long?
Yeah, like an hour or something.
Like honestly, more than an hour. I think we just wanted to be there. And be done with it more than anything.
Yeah.
But also, I do have to admit, I was worried that we were going to be like in the boondocks.
So we're just like, fuck. But finally, Kyle and MJ got their tickets. And they're like, all right, let's go. So we're all follow each other into the festival. And we're pulling up. And we're getting near the GA Plus camping in between that and Green. And I thought they were sending people to go past that, making left down to Blue camping, which is the furthest camping. I was like, fuck no. And all of a sudden, one of the workers was like, turn right here. We got freaking Green camping right next to the GA Plus, which is literally the closest camping spot that isn't, upcharged. And we got that, like, literally one of the best walks. Like, I couldn't ask for a better.
Yeah, I got parked near the edge, so,
Yeah, it was right next to the road, right next to the porta potties. It was
not too close where you could smell them.
But we were far enough from the stages where we could also sleep too. We literally got the best spot besides GA Plus. So very blessed. Thank you, Kyle and MJ, for having to get your car passes.
Hey, the base gods work in mysterious ways.
Yeah. I was taking it as a blessing. We set up our stuff really fast, and then we were just chilling mostly that day until we went to B.
Well, yeah, I mean, the heat takes it out of you. Like, setting up tents, I feel like that took whatever energy we had left.
We were trying to figure that shit out. 3 different tents. I'm like fucking burning in the sun.
All colossal size tents at that.
Yeah. We all had just
the nerve of all these palaces.
2 people in each tent, just like ridiculous.
12-person tents.
Well, we were setting up our tents, and our neighbors next to us, they were so cool. It was like a group of like 20 people, and they put all these canopies up right next to our tents, so it was blocking a lot of the sun like during certain times of the day. I feel like we really lucked out in neighbors and spot this year.
And I saw them use tarps between the canopies. That's a cool little trick.
I'm gonna do that
especially
for Electric Forest.
Like, we don't always have enough.
Yeah,
That's a good way to kind of make it stretch.
I mean, and the canopies like break. Like, I left my canopy at this festival. I don't have another canopy now. Like, and Allie left her canopy too, I think.
No, we took hers.
But it's
after much struggle.
It's fucked up. Like,
it's for the best.
Yeah, tarps. I mean, I'm gonna get a canopy, but tarps to attach between canopies is a smart decision.
Yeah, you learned something.
Yeah. I feel like every time I do a camping experience, I learn a new little hack that will enhance my camping experience just a little bit better.
How'd you like the camping shower, the portable camping shower?
I liked it. Now, Kyle was supposed to bring a portable shower thing, so it was like a bucket. You stick it in the bucket and it's electric, so you just grab the nozzle and you could just
I saw that on like AliExpress online. I was looking at some stuff.
He was supposed to bring it, but that didn't happen, so we had to do that whole like,
I mean, honestly, I think just the sensation of water splashing on your head is sufficient to make you feel a little bit revived.
I like that I bought the shower thing now, so we have the privacy, because last year I was literally like bathing right in between your tent with a garbage bag, just trying to hide my naked body.
Garbage bag and pashminas, and it was windy. I remember that very clearly. With a fucking water
Me
bucket.
and Katie are like with like a bucket, just like. That was probably the dirtiest I've ever been in a festival. And then after that, I was like, I need to invest in a portable shower.
Yeah, and they're not that expensive, relatively speaking. No more than anything else, like a tent or
it's a necessity. So don't forget that. So we go from our tent to B, and let's start talking about the artists we saw that night. Do you remember?
I remember Excision, and then who was before him?
It was Kayvon into Peekaboo into Excision.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't a fan.
I wasn't a fan either.
I mean, Excision was good. I mean, yeah.
I give Excision a B- for that performance, but Kayvon was all over the place. Peekaboo
He was all over
was
the
all,
place too.
was
Yeah.
all over the place. Like it just wasn't adding up, and
Going from fills to like dubstep to like, just
yeah, I'm like, what are you
the
doing?
minute you adjust, he's just jacking you back and forth to something else.
It was one of my least favorite peekaboo sets I've ever seen. So disappointed, but Jeff did a pretty decent job. And then I think it was just me, you, and Camilla. No, I think we all went back to Jungle 51 together.
Yeah, no, the whole group
Yeah.
did, yeah.
We went to Jungle and we stayed there till like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Finished day one out nicely.
Well, okay, so we went to Incendia, right? After.
We didn't. I don't think we did Incendia day one, because we were going to, but then it like ended as we were walking towards it. So then we just went to Jungle.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then we were in Jungle for a good bit. And I don't know, Jungle's always a good time. It was a great way to.
Yeah, you always have to check it out if you're going to Okie.
Like yeah, like on a Thursday night. Stage, yeah. Why not start?
Why not sleep there?
So Friday happened. And I have to say, Friday was my most favorite day out the whole freaking festival. Now, let me just rewind back to 4 days prior to this festival starting. I got a massive eye infection in both my fucking eyes. So I was wearing my glasses every single day until Friday just to like fight off this infection. I was using like eye drops, like medicated eye drops. And I was really praying that I could, not wear my glasses. So I had the audacity to put makeup on and my contacts in my eyeballs with fake lashes. And let me tell you, I looked amazing. I think I looked great. So let's go into that day.
Was that the day I had to lead you back?
Yeah, well, I'll get into it in a second. Did you do anything early in the day for Friday or no?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think we just walked.
I
we
think
may have walked around, but I don't think we did anything. Like, did it?
I think I slept in the car most of the day, and then once Alex had drove in just for the day pass, I grabbed him to our campsite, and then me and Allie just spent the next hour or two just getting ready in the car. So we didn't leave the area until I think 4:00 or something like that, because it was jam packed that day. We had Imanu, we had Wilkeson. I've never seen Wilkeson before. We had Odessa, Ivy Lab, a little bit of Dirt Monkey back to back, Boogie T, and then we had the triple back to back with Mr. Carmack, Craze, Ivy Lab. We had the Secret Scream OG dubstep set that was right before that, and then Player Dave played after the triple back to back, and it was freaking bananas. So we get to the beach, we're having a good time. I take some pictures, sunset pictures. I'm having a good time, and then Imanu's playing, and then I start feeling in my eyeballs that my contacts are slowly getting coated with like this like white filmy dew, and I was kind of messed up at that time. Like, not messed up, but I was a little altered, and I was like, I can still see, so I'm still vibing. And we're there on the beach at Okeechobee for that set, and then Wilkeson comes on, and that was my most anticipated set of that weekend. And I was actually really fucking disappointed in Wilkeson's set. It was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought he was really going to like bring heaters, and we actually left the set midway to go back to the campsite to get something. Do you remember that?
Honestly, Friday didn't get good for me until after Odessa.
After Odessa? You didn't like
So everything before that was kind of like a blur.
You didn't like Ivy Lab set?
That was like, they were like rapping, right?
It wasn't like, it had a little rap, but it was more like,
it was at here. It was at here stage, right?
Yeah, it was like the experimental.
It was all right.
It's okay.
But I mean, I won't say that I wasn't like enjoying anything until like after Odessa. Then that's when I was like really feeling everything. And I was like,
okay. We go from the car, we race back to here, and we go see Ivy Lab, which was my second most anticipated set of the weekend. And Ivy Lab fucking killed it. Like, for me, myself, and I, that was an amazing set. The visuals went up against like the canopy part, and it was like all red and vivid. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, can I say something about your stage? I'm very disappointed that they took the bubbles away.
Unacceptable.
What made that stage magical? Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a nice stage, but the
Yeah.
fact that I knew it had bubbles before and now it didn't ruined it for me. I probably would have enjoyed that set a lot more if it had bubbles.
He literally said all weekend how upset he was. So Okeechobee, get your shit together and bring back
It's
the
just
bubbles.
a bubble machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring back the fucking bubbles. Ivy Lab killed it, but it was the moment, like 10 minutes into Ivy Lab, that I realized that I fucked up. And my right eye was so fucking triggered. It was like swollen and red, and I was endlessly crying from that moment on until we left Odessa. I was like it was so fucking painful. I was like dabbing my eye the whole time through the set, still trying to enjoy it. We were too far like away to go back to our campsite because Odessa was right after. So I was like, I'll just suck it up for Odessa. We get in there. Mind you, we go to my fucking hammock.
Oh, this hammock.
I set up the hammock, my fucking hammock, on this tree earlier that day. And I was like, I want to watch Odessa in my hammock. I fucking like come up with them to my hammock. And there's like 4 hammocks above my hammock.
Just stacked.
And I'm trying to like touch my hammock, and this guy goes, hey. I was like, it's my hammock. He goes, oh, that's your hammock? And the girl next to him, she goes, oh, damn. She goes, yeah, there was some bitch sitting there earlier trying to fuck your shit up. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so pissed off. And my hammock was literally like down here, like at people's feet. Like, there was no way for us to watch Odessa.
I think what's really funny is just all the planning that went into it. I think you only sat in it for like 10 minutes and you got back up to stand to watch the show.
John was like, that's it? I was like, I can't see the fucking performance. So we try to move away from the tree, and it's so fucking packed. And I'm like, God damn it. And I'm trying to enjoy Odessa, and I'm like, just my eyes, I'm just getting more blind and more hurt, and like it's so bad. And the performance, like I was really trying to enjoy it, and it just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening for me. John doesn't really enjoy Odessa, so he kind of just sat through it, but
he had some drums. Those were cool.
Yeah,
live drums.
I
want to make it clear. I didn't have a bad time.
You didn't hate it.
It just was me. It was take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But I was still happy to be there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed what I could see of it. And then like I got to my breaking point, and I feel like all of my friends saw that. I feel like, and
I was looking for an excuse to go.
Yeah. But they all took me back to the campsite because I was like, I need to go back and get all of this shit off my face and out of my eye. And like I was like kind of like whimpering, crying, because I was like, I didn't even know where I was walking. John's like, where are you going? I'm like, I can't see anything. That's how bad my vision got, because I had this coat of goo on my contacts. I was like, the fuck? Like, it was bad. And he was fucking with me.
I was trying to take her down the wrong road, see if she would notice.
I'm like,
I don't remember this turn.
Yeah. We get back to the campsite though. I got all the shit off my face. My eye was like swollen. I had like a miniature breakdown. I was like, you guys just go help me. And then they're like, no. And I was like, and I was like, okay, let's go. And we walked over to the after sets, which was at Incendia. And we saw the secret OG Scream set. My eye felt so much better. I took some medicine. Like, I wasn't irritated anymore. And like from that moment on, it was one of the most amazing nights of my fucking life.
Yeah. I literally like.
Yeah.
I think Friday didn't really get good until after
we
left Odessa.
I mean, I really enjoyed Ivy Lab, but that was insane because it went from there to the triple back-to-back.
Just that deep bass. You feel it all in your spine.
Well, the triple back-to-back was experimental bass, like deep dub, halftime D&B, dirty halftime D&B, and dark jungle. And that's all I've been listening to for the past 6 months to year and a half. Like, it literally shook me to my core. I was like, internally, I was like, ah! Ah! You saw me. I was like, yeah. I was jumping around so hard. Like, that was so beautifully done. And 3 people going back to back. Like, to see even a good back to back, in my opinion, is extremely hard. So, how'd you feel about the back to back? You enjoyed it?
I mean, you could have told me it was all one person playing for 4 hours and I would have known the difference.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed it for sure. And then that stage is just such a vibe too, with all the fire and flames and
Tell them about the
heat.
performers.
Oh, like the fire eaters and stuff like that. Yeah, they had some fire eaters. They were pretty cool. Yeah, they were alright. They were cool.
They had like people on each side, and they would switch out after like a couple of like songs.
Like they would do a couple tricks, and then like, you know, I think they would go and give them a break, and then someone else would come on. They'd do like a different trick. They have like a different fire tool. But it was a really neat little side thing to have going on the side of the stage.
Yeah, you have the fire blowing out from both domes, and then you have people
those torches
sitting.
When they go like that big one goes off, the heat just like melts you, but in a good way.
But the people sitting inside the domes, like underneath that flame for so long, like I'm like, is that healthy? Inhaling
I think it's so ventilated because it's just like a cage. I don't know.
Smelling that for too long, I feel is like not.
But also like the gas that they're using, it goes up. It's lighter than air. That's what's keeping those flames from like going down.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it like burning you, and I'm just inhaling those fumes consistently sitting in there. I feel like that's a little.
Sure.
I mean, you get a bunch of looks.
I'm sure that's not the worst thing they're putting in their body.
Yeah, you're right. Anywho, triple back to back, insane. Player Dave hopped on right after. Player Dave did an amazing job. I saw him the year before Okie. Amazing set. That guy is freaking crafty for sure. And he also filled in the last day for Lab Group. So that was dope. In total, like all in all, Friday was my most favorite day, hands down. Would you agree?
No, I would say my favorite day was probably the last day.
Last day? Oh, because of Chris Lorenzo?
Yeah, Chris Lorenzo, LS Dream. I forget. Oh, Grizz.
No, Grizz was on Saturday.
That was Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'll say the last day.
Last day? Okay, we'll go to Saturday and then we'll talk about the last day. Saturday came around and we're like, let's go see Earth, Wind, Fire. Like, this is it. Like, we got to. It's gonna be fun. We hyped it up all day just to see that set and Grizz, and then
it was what I expected.
Because I grew up listening to like the oldies because my parents are old, and I was like, it's gonna be great. We get there before anyone gets there. Starts getting packed.
And they changed the time last minute.
Oh yeah. It did. The time did get changed, but we were able to catch that, and yeah, it was a sad boner for 10-15 minutes, and then we realized like, no, let's go. And I think after that we came back to go see Baby Keem. And what'd you say again? There's a reason why he like called his cousin or something, or
oh, was that the cousin? The
yeah,
cousin?
Yeah. He's like, no,
yeah, that's why he was known as Kendrick Lamar's cousin and not
Baby Keem.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. No,
it was not my favorite rap performance. That's probably my least favorite rap performance I've ever seen.
There seems to be a pattern going on for the first half of that trip. Like our like opening shows would kind of be duds, with the exception of Ivy Lab.
Well, no, this year specifically has had a lot of duds, but like last year and the year before that, they've had some amazing acts during the day.
Oh no, I'm not talking about last year. Last year,
yeah,
no, I'm talking about this year.
Yeah, no, this year was significant.
Yeah,
was significant. Like a lot of duds.
But I'll say like all the late night sets for every day was also enjoyable. And ironically, they were all at
I disagree.
Yeah.
So after we tried to see Earth, Wind, Fire, we went to go see Grizz after, and that was probably one of my least favorite Grizz sets I've ever seen. You might have liked it, which all hail to you, but
I mean, I liked it compared to everything else that day.
it was the best set of, well, no, Blunts and Blondes was killing it right after.
Oh, Blunts and Blondes. Yes, I'm sad you missed most of that.
I saw like a good 20
saw it from the
minutes.
bathroom, right?
Yeah.
No,
No, I saw like 20, 30 minutes of it.
Okay.
And I was just like so disappointed by that day from how many duds we kept like getting. Like Grizz was all over the place with his set too. It just wasn't like cohesive like his previous sets I've seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just so disappointed and annoyed and tired with the sets that I saw that day that I left Blunts and Blondes by myself, and I was like, I'm going back to camp. I don't want to be here anymore. So I just went back and went to sleep.
Really? From Blunts Blondes?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were there.
I was there for like 30 minutes of it, and then I left.
Oh man, you missed out.
Blunts and Blondes was actually doing a really good job, but I just
tore it up from beginning to end.
I was in a fucking mood. Like I couldn't get myself
Sometimes
out of it.
Reset.
Yeah, like there's just nothing that you can do to get yourself out of mood except like take yourself out of the situation. Yeah. So I was just like, nope, I'm done. Anything with you that? No, because I gave you my couch, right? And then you.
Oh yeah, I was vibing. They were, like I said, they threw it down, and I'm glad you reminded me that they played. Ironically, I forgot that they played.
Mm-hmm.
But that was probably the best set of that day.
Yeah. No, I 110%
like you
agree.
said, Grizz was like, from everything that came before it that day.
Yeah.
Was good, but it did lose a lot of energy near the end. So near the end of it, I was kind of like a little bit bored with it. But like I said, we went to Blunts and Bonds. They brought the energy, and it was just like felt revived. It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
It was nice.
But then you and Camila went back to Jungle 51.
That's right. Yeah, we went to Jungle 51 after that, and then that's when I fell asleep.
So first off, I bought a Chilbo Swaggins air sofa, and that bitch fits 4 fucking people. That was so comfy. Best decision I did. We were sitting on it all weekend. I let him and Camila take it while I went back to the tent, and this guy fucking fell asleep.
I don't get me wrong, I was up for like an hour.
Yeah.
During Jungle 51, but just like the tent just amplifies the bass, and it just massaged me to sleep.
You're just
like, yeah, it was loud, but I could sleep through noise. I woke up, sun was out, and I was like, oh no, we gotta go.
Jake, wait, what was Camila doing? Was she sleeping too? Or was
Honestly,
she? Or was she?
No, this bitch was up.
Did she wake you up, or did you wake?
Like,
did she wake you up, or did you were like, no, we gotta go?
I just woke up because like my body was like,
what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
And then I remember some dude stepped on us accidentally and fell on top of us. It was hilarious. He was like, oh my God, I didn't see you guys. We're like, it's okay.
You're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that woke me up the first time, but that was before the thing came up. But yeah.
Nice. So last day, you said, who played? Well, last day Zingara played. I caught a little bit of that. Zingara fucking killed it. As always, her on the Here stage. You missed it, but she did a really fucking good job. And me and Camila went to see Darius, who I've never seen before. He plays the song Hot Hands. Hot Hands. Okay, that's all I got. Anywho, we were there vibing before Allie and John got there, and it was just such a good tropical house vibe. Like, I was having a really good time at that set. And I had gotten into some activities. We shall not say, but we walked over to Okeechobee.
Some wookatry.
We walked over to Okeechobee. Mind you, all I had eaten that day was a peach. And I was drinking with water and some wookatry. And all of a sudden, I felt out of it and sick as fuck. I ended up throwing up. I went to the bathroom a couple times, and I just sat down near my air sofa while they were sitting on it, and I just laid my head back.
You were broken. I never seen you like that.
No, I've never been like that in front of you. I was literally like for a good hour or a little bit over that.
Yeah, until Chris Lorenzo went on.
So like 10 minutes of Chris Lorenzo. Well, that was all through Jay wore a set. And then Chris Lorenzo came on in 10 minutes. It was like a slow start, and then it started picking up, and I was like,
I think once you saw me stand up for the first time and start dancing around,
well,
it's kind of like, you're like, wait a minute, maybe I'm missing something.
It was you, and the music was actually getting really fucking hyped.
Playing that shuffly stuff, yeah.
And I was like,
the power of house.
The wait, don't say what you said.
The power of house compels you.
The power of house compels you. He's like fanning me. He's like, the power of house compels you.
Oh yeah, it took all that Wookiee out your system, honey.
Yeah. He took the wook out of me, and I was like, and I just started shuffling, like just jumped up.
Oh,
and I was like,
it was magical.
I was like, hell yeah.
0 to 100 in like 5 minutes.
I love how you turn to Camila and you go, you broke Brooke. I was like, fuck. Yeah. So guys, eat more food, don't drink too much, and you shouldn't end up like me. We do Chris Lorenzo. That was an amazing set. And then we went, where did we go? I forgot. Like, I think we went to here.
Didn't we? I thought we went to main stage and then we went back to here.
Maybe
we went to main stage for like a quick second.
maybe we saw Baby Keem was the last day, and I think we.
Well, there was a different. They were still doing schedule changes.
Yeah.
So like we ended up going to meet Allie at here.
Yeah.
To see someone, and then you and me went off to go.
We went to go see
your friend
Kura. We went to go see Kura, and she was cool, nice and slow. The artist before Kura was killing it though.
Good. And then we saw Ellis Dream after her, and he was really good.
Ellis Dream. First off, we were trying.
The colors.
Wait. So I remember the third day while we're waiting to see Earth, Wind, Fire, the crowd's fucking thick, and we have like a good 5-10 minutes before it starts. This fucking girl is walking through the crowd holding a massive, like, actual air couch, like a couch, not the air blow up sofas, like a blow up inflatable couch all by herself, carrying it just like this,
dragging the back of it, mind you, across people's heads.
She's just slowly trying to get through people and just literally just dragging it over people, not even saying excuse me or sorry. She's just like
I would say everybody was good sports though. Like no one said anything to her directly.
No one did.
But as she passed by, people were like, the nerve.
the audacity. And everyone's like, where are you going to put that? There's like no room anywhere going further from this point. Like, I don't know. She had some big ambition.
Wild. I couldn't even believe it.
I should try that out. But yeah, we saw Ellis Dream. We tried to get into the Mold crowd, and then we realized that's not going to work out.
the whole little tip through the whole crowd.
Yeah, we went to the front.
Just to walk back out again.
To go through them. I let Allie lead, which probably wasn't the best decision.
No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't.
And then we ended in the back. You're like, okay, this is it. But yeah, Ellis Dream, that was a really good Ellis Dream set, surprisingly. And then we went over to Incendia, and we saw the secret Ellis Dream back-to-back Grizz set. Mm-hmm. And
see, he played last day.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Yeah, they both together, and it was very interesting. It was vibey, but Grizz was definitely sauced. He was definitely sauced for sure. And then Lab Group played, which we kind of left. We went back to our campsite, packed up our shit, and went home because we wanted to avoid that traffic.
Were you glad? Did you?
Yeah.
Did we convince you now to do that now?
Well, I'll do that because I only live an hour and a half away. But like, if I'm in Lost Lands or Michigan, I don't want to drive right back.
Yeah. I mean, that's different. That's long.
Yeah, I almost killed me, Allie, and Deb driving back from Lost Lands my first year. They forced me to drive.
Oh yeah. Hey, forget me. I took a 3-hour detour on that 14-hour drive. Turned it to like 17 hours. It was crazy.
Damn. Yeah. Well,
driving through all those cornfields in Ohio. Yeah, I would definitely like Georgia. I was like this. It was bad.
I was doing this like.
Yeah, it's rough. I think if I ever drove that far again, I'd probably have to do like a
You need a person with
stop.
you, or like a person with you.
Yeah, someone who could like sleep halfway through and drive,
Yeah.
or just do like a pit stop halfway or something.
Yeah, but doing 17 hours straight is suicide.
It's rough, especially once it gets dark. During the daytime, it's easy to be up, but once that sun goes down.
So let's go into rating the festival. How would you rate the venue?
Like a scale of 1 through 10.
Mm-hmm. No. A through F. Sorry.
A through F, like letter grade.
You could do like A minus, A plus.
I'd give the venue a B.
A B. I would give it a B plus. I feel like Insomniac has really organized areas pretty well, like making it super dummy proof, and there's a lot of opportunities to do different things like art installations and yoga.
Well, I'll say, having gone to it before Insomniac bought it, I probably would have given it like I don't know, probably a C.
A C.
C minus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they definitely improved it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there was more art installations last year than there were this year. Because even like in the campgrounds, they had like those big statues where we were last time. That wasn't there this year.
I feel like they keep downgrading on art installations, which I'm gonna fall into. How do you feel about art installations? How would you rate that?
I think they're a great opportunity to have photo, places to take pictures. I mean, I don't really go there for that. I enjoy having them around. They're nice to look at, but I guess on that I'll give it a B.
I would bring their art installation down to a B minus, because 2020 they had so many art installations and so many interactive things. They had this live human cage where two women were doing shibari on each other in the middle of the night. Like, it was a lot more intense, and that was in the tea room. Yeah. So
I wonder if the hurricanes had anything to affect with that.
I think it was the pandemic and them lowering budget costs.
Because I know EDC for sure was affected by the hurricane.
No.
You don't think so? With the porta potties?
No, I don't. For Okeechobee, I don't think. I think it was budget cuts, if anything. So Okeechobee, bring back that shit. We like that. They did have
Wait, did they cut my bubble machines because of budget?
I think the bubble machine could have been a thing, but they had like drag queen shows. They had like candy making. They had yoga. So they had other things going on for sure, but. When it came to live art installations, it was kind of lacking in a sense. They did have a giving tree, a small one that I saw that was implemented. That was cool.
What's that?
A giving tree. So it's like a designated area where people will leave little like stickers, candy, little things.
Oh, was that like the shelf?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah, we got some chocolate off
of
that.
Some special chocolate. But anywho, like I'm happy that they implemented that, but it was lacking in a sense. How do you feel about the artist?
Well, I bought my ticket before the lineup was even released, so.
Well, like seeing them over the weekend.
You gonna say like all the sets?
No, how would you rate it overall, or like?
So music overall, probably C.
I see.
Plus.
Yeah.
And that plus is just from all the really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
For me, there was like really no in between.
Mm-hmm.
It just either wasn't about it or I liked it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would say it's between a C plus and a B minus for me. I was really disappointed in a lot of like sets that I saw. Just like a lot of artists just weren't bringing it. But the sets that did like stand out, that triple back-to-back was my favorite set of the whole weekend. That was fucking insane. Ivy Lab by itself killed it. I also like Darius, Chris Lorenzo, Zingara. Those were the main sets that really like popped out to me.
Yeah, honestly, I have to say, like, I kind of noticed that like Incendia and Okeechobee were like the ones that seemed to have the best performances that weekend.
Yeah. Oh, and I did like a bit of Odessa when I could see it. What were your top art performances that weekend?
Since the only name that I can I know off the top of my head, I'd probably say Ella's Dream.
Ella's Dream, and you said Blunts and Blondes.
Blunts and Blondes, and Chris Lorenzo was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Chris Lorenzo. Now, what could Okeechobee improve on?
They could bring back the bubbles.
Bubbles and
Maybe some more art installations to take photos in front of. Now that you say that, I think that would be good.
oh, they took away the freaking tent on Okeechobee, and
Yeah, that sun was
that sun was
joke.
brutal.
That tent should definitely come back. For
Yeah,
sure.
that saves lives. They need to implement that back on there. No questions about that.
Yeah, I'll say they did have more flushing toilets, which was nice.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was more than they were last year, for sure.
They were on top of the porta potties this whole time. I never like went to a porta potty and it was like overflowing or anything. And almost all porta potties had toilet paper in it. Like, and the ones that didn't have toilet paper, it was restocked within a couple minutes.
Nice.
Yeah. For upgrades too, the main stage didn't have lasers or didn't have too many lasers.
You know, I noticed that too. I don't recall it having lasers, honestly.
Yeah, because
It might have
Excision, I didn't see
and
lasers.
lasers is what makes the vibe, honestly.
Excision is lasers, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the hell? Going from that to Tame Impala, which was last year, and they had the most insane laser performance. Like it was a sea of rainbow lasers. So I'm just like really confused on why.
Yeah, B and now, honestly, those aren't my favorite stages. They just kind of
I do like
fall
B.
short for me.
I like B for certain performances. Now is kind of just like over there, you know. And what makes this festival different from other festivals that you've been to? Or why do you keep coming back? Like both those questions.
Well, I'll say as far as what makes it different, there's something for everybody. So it could be as chill or as lit as you want it to be. So that's always a good plus about it. The good variety of music. Why do I like going to it? I'll say 'cause it's probably one of the easiest camping festivals to get to. If I had another option that was like around the same price range, I probably would try that out more. So, but I mean, I've never had a bad time at Oki,
Yeah, I agree.
despite how it sounds.
Going into that, the vibes of Oki, how would you say that? How would you rate the vibes?
Oh, the crowd is great. A+ in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's always cool people.
Yeah, it's a consists of a bunch of hippies, wooks, and just, you know, well-rounded individuals that are just chill. Like I've never had a
Yeah, never really any bad vibes or anything like that. No like weird aggression or anything like that. Never get that from there.
yeah. Everyone kind of just minds their business and is just having a good old jolly old time. I feel like I lose my ego when I go to Oki, and it's just like I get to be my true. I was wearing my glasses the whole weekend, mainly, and I never do that at festivals because I just don't want to wear my glasses and look like a little
Yeah.
nerdy girl.
But I mean, that's what's nice about Oki too is you don't have to dress up for it.
Yeah,
you
you-
know?
yeah.
You can
you could just dress
be
however you
chill and
want and have no
still
judgment.
fit in even then.
Yeah.
Not stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, so I felt really at home being able to just wear my glasses and not, you know, feel, you know, different.
Too dressed down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What other festivals are you interested in going to for the first time then?
I definitely want to do Beyond Wonderland, Nocturnal. Let's see. What's the one in Europe? Is it Tomorrow World or Tomorrowland?
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
That's on the bucket list for sure. And I think that's about it right now.
Would you ever do Burning Man?
I would, but I wouldn't go out my way to do it. But if the opportunity arose, like the whole group was doing it, and the ticket was the right price, yeah, I'd go.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you said yes. Is there anything else you'd like to recap on Oki or you like to say?
Yeah, bring back the bubbles. It's easy fix.
Do you see yourself going back to Okeechobee next year?
I depend. This time I will wait for the lineup before I pay for the ticket.
Same.
Because me not knowing, like 90% of that lineup was fine for me. Like I'm flexible enough in my music. Like I had a good time.
Yeah.
But
It just didn't hit
yeah,
like you wanted it to.
yeah, like luckily for me, when it comes to festivals, music is like second on my list of things that are important. So
But like music can set a vibe. So
it could, but I mean, our squad is so good that
yeah.
I'll just feed off of your guys' energy. That's usually enough for me to have a good time.
Yeah. I may or may not go back to Okeechobee next year. I kind of want to like expand and go see other festivals. Rampage is during March, and that's in Europe. That's the biggest drum and bass festival, well, dubstep festival in the world. So I might be there. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in Okeechobee's lineup this year, and I don't know. My friends can make a festival, but like if the music isn't right, do I want to spend my money again going to something that isn't as popping as it could potentially be, you know?
I mean, I'll say this: the friends saved Okie.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, the money was spent, so
Yeah. I do.
A good group helped.
I have to say, like,
the blow.
our friend group was just phenomenal, and I couldn't ask for a better friend group. And I literally like started crying when you guys walked me back to the car, like to get my shit off. I was like, thank you.
Even when I took you down the wrong way.
I was like, well, I finally got my makeup off. We did the triple back to back and all that stuff. We go to Jungle 51, and then I was like, here, I'll walk back to the camp myself. And John's like, no, you can't. He goes, Brooke, you're blind as a bat.
I was still gonna have my fun though.
Yeah. Butthead. But yeah, that's Okeechobee. That was our experience. We did have a good time. The weather wasn't too bad. I mean, it was hot during some days.
I mean, it was to be expected.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Yeah.
But it didn't rain.
Yeah, no rain. The nights were like perfect temperature once the sun went down.
Yeah, I passed out like a freaking baby. Other than that, I'm just grateful that our whole festival experience went really smooth besides my eye infection. Like Camilla got her fucking phone stolen. Did she get it back?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah?
Yeah, by some security guard who worked there.
Yeah, some security guard found her phone, took it back to his house
his sister's house in Fort Lauderdale, and then asked her to pay him to ship it or have us drive there to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, interesting.
That was a very interesting story.
Yeah, walked all the way past the lost and found that's like
right there.
A couple feet from the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had happened. She got it back. He mailed it back to her.
Well, I'm glad that she has her phone.
Yeah.
But other than that, no other problems we had.
You gotta have a little drama to keep it interesting.
Yeah, just a little tiny.
Can't all be good.
She was really calm about it. I could see she was upset, but like not too.
I mean, yeah, at that point, I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
You might as well enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, that was me at EDC.
You're like, fuck it. As long as you got your group, you're good. Like.
Yeah, don't lose them.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys later. Bye.